We had a chance to catch up with Garrett Nussmeier, so we'll certainly start there, and then I'll kind of go around and kind of the different things I heard from different people when talking about BK and Whit Weeks and Chris Hilton and just the entire contingency there from LSU. I've had Nussmeier a couple times. I felt like he was really confident. I felt like he was here with a purpose, on a mission. It felt like he understood I played really well last year. If I can just tweak like one thing here, one thing there, I can take my game to like the next most elite level. And I really enjoyed the way he walked into media days, the way he handled himself, not only with us. And look, we know what it is. Like, he's probably going to be a little bit more comfortable with two former, washed up LSU players. But I heard from everybody.
It's a safe place.
It's a very safe place.
Safe
he understood that. We didn't ask him about, interceptions against Texas A&M like others, but everybody that I talked with said that's a pro.
Yeah.
Neuheisel, Rick Neuheisel.
Okay.
He had him in the SiriusXM room. He goes, man, your guy, that is a pro quarterback. He said that guy is ready right now. He said every question that I asked him, and Neuheisel coached quarterbacks, offensive coordinator, longtime head coach, like every question I asked him, he was ready to go with the perfect answer. And not like in a robotic way, but like X's and O's football talk stuff.
Yeah, it's you can tell when somebody's faking confidence, right? Trying to project a little confidence, trying to project that I'm good. Like, hey, these are the things I need to say because this is what a quarterback says. This is what my teammates want to hear. But you can also tell when it's extremely natural. And with Garrett, it always is. And so even as a young kid, I could tell by style of play, he was just like, he had a belief system. He had a confidence. He's like, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to play my way, of course, within the system. But, like, I'm a confident guy. I'm going to pull the trigger. I know I have a good gun. I know I have talent. And so I think everybody's seeing that out off the field right now. So they're interviewing him. And just like you said, Coach Neuheisel said it, like, he handles himself like a pro because he's really, like, deep down a confident player, and he has already proven that he's backed it up on the field. So when we were talking to him yesterday, I asked the question. I said, Garrett, when you look back on the season, when the dust settles from the season, when you look back on it, what's it going to take for you to say that was a successful season? And he made no qualms about it. Like, you could tell what the messaging is within that locker room, within that football, the team meeting room with all the coaches and all the players, because they said we expect to be in the SEC championship and we expect to play for a national championship. So I love hearing that, right?
See,
a lot of times they kind of like back away from saying the names of things.
Right, exactly.
They say, we expect to be playing for championships.
I don't understand why people do that because with bulletin board material, am I going to play any harder because you said this in August or July?
Right.
I'm going to play the game the same way. And
it's
not
like
everybody.
It's like a no duh like kind of answer, but but it's always.
But so many people run away from that mentality, and we've talked about it. Like I forget who I was arguing with about this, but like I love the fact that they're like, hey, this is what it is. This is what it has to be. Like we can't half step into the season, and like, oh my gosh, let's don't talk about it. Like we did one game at a time, and we just got to get this game, and then the next game, it's like, man, no, screw that. Like we're too good for that.
Yep.
Like, we got to go out and we got to win games at a high level, get to double-digit wins, get to Atlanta, play for a championship, get into a college football playoff.
Yep.
Because they haven't had that message before. And I'm not just talking about this team. I'm talking about, the last however many handful of years. Like 2019, when Joe Burrow went to Manning Passing Academy, he's like, no, we're going to score 40, 45, 50 points a game. And everybody's like, yeah, okay, bud. And what'd they do? They went out there and they did it, right? Yep. And he said it with his chest out because he believed it. He knew. He had been there the year before when they won a Fiesta Bowl. He understood how much they grew in that offseason. I like that. I like my quarterback being like, I don't know who in the world is going to stop us because we are.
And a lot of people can say that. A lot of people do project that out there. But it's not coming from a real place. It's a guy that's never, maybe never played before. Maybe they don't have the talent around. He's just projecting confidence. And of course, competitors are going to do that. If you're a competitor at this level, of course you're going to believe you can win everything.
Yeah.
But the confidence level, the way he said it, the way he talked, just matter of fact, and because he's backed it up on the field and been there and is like an unquestioned leader in that locker room, but also an unquestioned top player in the country. was I was impressed by it. And he also, with the big picture in place, matter of fact, we expect to play for SEC, we expect to play for a national championship. But he also said, but we're also very hyper focused on game one.
Yeah.
So of course there's a big, they paint this picture of what they want the season to look like, but they also understand there's a right way to do it.
Yeah.
And we talked about the leadership on the team and what has felt different. And pretty fast answer said, well, this is the most talented team that I've been on. And so, Tiger fans, we should be pretty excited because we got a guy that has been with us and is going into a second year as a full-time starter and is saying that this is the most talented team. And for LSU, that's pretty strong. He's been there for 5 years. So he's seen some extremely talented teams. And for him to say that, we got the most talent this year, not bad.
Yeah, and you're right, like, being focused on game one because you have to be. But, like, within that, it's not the cliche, we got to focus on game one because you can't go 2-0 unless you start 1-0. I hate stuff like that. Like, I'm like, that is so passive. That is, like, non-alpha. That is the most beta energy ever.
Non-alpha.
I love the fact that on their tackling dummies right now, they got paw prints. You know who has a paw print on the side of their helmet?
Is it Clemson?
The Clemson Tigers. BK sat right there in front of us on that stage and said, no. On our stuff, we got paw prints because paw prints is Clemson, and that's who we want to think about. It's Clemson. We want to hit that pad thinking about Clemson. I'm like, hell yeah.
Let's go.
Sign me up for that. Don't sign me up for, oh, man, we just got to put one foot in front of the other. We just got to keep moving forward every single day. Like, I don't want to hear that. This team needs a little piss and vinegar, and I think they got that this offseason.
Yeah, I do too. It's I think the leadership on this team from top to bottom. I mean, look at the guy, our guy Whit Weeks yesterday. His interviews, walking around here, just like the energy he brings with him. Just like I saw him walking down the stairs with Peter Burns yesterday, and we talked for just a second, but it's like, you know what? I've listened to you in your interviews today. Just talked to you. I think I might die for you right now. You're just that kind of guy.
Yeah. Do you want me to take Peter out right now? Because if you ask me to, I'll do it.
Is this guy bothering you?
Exactly.
I'll bounce for you all day.
And, dude, he has that. And I'll share, like, a personal message. So my big boss at SiriusXM, who does every media day, pro, college, whatever, runs NASCAR, does a lot, right? So he's been around a lot of, like, dudes. He wrote me, he said, Whit Weeks is that dude. What a great representation of your school.
You're damn right he is.
And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go.
Hell yeah.
See, it fired me up yesterday to have those guys roll through there. I didn't get a chance, so I got Whit downstairs and just a private conversation, which I'll disappoint you in a little bit. We had Nussmeier up here. I didn't get a chance to catch up with Chris Hilton, but I know Matt Scone said he got him. He said he was really good for 10.5 minutes. And, like, sometimes to get 10.5 minutes out of a college player is a long interview. He said he was confident. I saw him get up on the podium. I saw it this morning. He's like, which game outside of the opener are you most looking forward to? He said Ole Miss because there was a pass that I dropped in the end zone a couple of years ago that if I catch it, we win the game. I'm like, I love that. He ain't running from it.
Yeah.
That's a good energy.
Yeah, that was a really good answer. I saw that. I saw that this morning,
Me too,
actually. Yeah. And to have that, to paint that picture for yourself as motivation. We all get motivated different ways. We all get motivated by whether it's success or family, friends, money, disappointments, whatever it is. We all have something that we have to be motivated by. And to see him say, all right, last year I was hurt, so I didn't get to play. But the time before that, 2 years ago, I dropped a pass in the end zone that could have won the game. So that's the motivation he's taking with him. And looking forward to because we didn't know how he was going to be answering questions in conference. I mean, just like you said, like I'm as like a newbie interviewer myself, like that's what's like terrifying. If I get a college kid that's like, I ask him a question that I've like thought of for 3 days, and he's like, yes, period. That's it. And I'm like, okay, well, what's next?
I had 4 or 5 of those yesterday.
How'd it go?
It's like, so yes, continue. That's it.
Can you expand on your answer, please, while I think of my next question?
That's it. Man, I don't want to say the player's name, but I went from a player that was 2-3 word answers and would shake his head and say yeah after it, and I'm like, oh, that's it, which is fine. Look, whatever. Not, everybody's nerves and different things. And then right after that, I had Diego Pavia. Electric.
Dude, I know.
Electric.
You were waxing poetically about him last night.
2 S words and an F word in a
real quick.
real quick.
In a 10-minute interview?
I mean, no, I'm talking about like we got in it and he was out the gate. And I could see why people would follow that guy into a fire.
Do you think so? He dropped it, the 2 S words and an F word. Do you think he knew going in? Like
I don't
he was
think
serious?
he cared.
He didn't care.
I don't think he cared. I don't. He didn't stop talking. He didn't change it. He didn't sit up in his seat any differently. And he was talking about. Well, the cool part about it was he got fired up talking about his team, and then let's go.
Yep. And that's another thing. So people can project confidence when they're not really that confident. People can use curse words either really well or you can tell they're trying to be that guy that uses curse words cool.
Yes.
Diego Pavia seems like he's a guy that can use them very well.
He did.
Yeah.
And he used them for motivation, and he motivated me.
You were ready. So if we had to, if you're in a room, you got Whit Weeks on your left, Diego Pavia on your right. Shots were fired. Who are you jumping in front of?
Whit Weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you think about it?
Whit Weeks. No, I wouldn't think. Like, he's the only one. Like, there's no thinking in front of Whit Weeks.
I know.
You know. But I get all the hype around Diego Pavia, though.
Yeah. It's like, Whit, how can you be so awesome and talk with such a big smile with an accent and have that much energy in everything that you say?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I think Garrett Nussmeyer's going to win the Heisman this year. Like, yep.
You mean disappoint you?
What? I know. I know what you're going to say.
So,
and like we have to let the listeners know because I know they're wondering.
Off air, I went up to Whit. I said, hey, bud, I got one question and one question only. Have you seen Varsity Blues? And do you know who Jonathan Moxon is? The disappointment on his face when he knew he let me down, it hurt me.
Not as much as it hurt me.
He was the guy. He had the best betting odds. There's not a single soul here that knows Varsity Blues.
Not even the people that should know it that are a little bit older.
I know.
That are our generation.
He promised he would watch it, though.
Yeah, he promised. So, Nussmeier, you let me down. Whit Weeks, you let me down. I still love y'all, but maybe a little bit less now. We'll get it back. We'll circle back. There's going to be something y'all can do to make it up. But it was truly shocking. And not only did Garrett say he hadn't seen it, but he looked at us and said, wait, that's not my generation, is it?
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah, I know.
Dang it.
Chill out, bro.
Yeah, chill out, dude.
Chill out.